What's going on, dudes and dudettes? Yes, representing Duke today. I'll get into why I am later in this video. But yes, On3 Predictor pretty much says the top tight end that still hasn't signed yet, Deuce Robinson, who is waiting to see if he will get drafted high in the MLB draft, especially depending on which city he probably will end up going to that school or whatever school that's closest to it. But apparently right now it looks like they have a 49% chance that it's USC in order to get him. So it's looking positive so far. I know he's still at school right now where Dylan Raiola is also. So maybe they could be talking about some future meetings and getting togethers and all that stuff. So we'll see, but definitely looking forward to his commitment anytime soon, near April, I believe. And when it comes to Juju Watkins, the #1 women's player basketball in high school, recently was named the Gatorade California Player of the Year. I don't know if that is separated men's and women's, but if it's both considered, that is pretty nice feat. That is, she is that talented as well. Still coming to USC, so that would be cool actually. Maybe even putting on a couple of those games to see how good she really is. I don't really remember how women's college basketball works when it comes to like the draft. So if you just stay 1 year and you can leave, or do you have to stay like multiple years like a football, something like that. So we'll see, but looking forward to her arrival. And then the football team, actually Lincoln Riley, the head coach, recently is maybe going to add another defensive coach or defensive analyst to his staff in Greg Brown, who has been in the NFL for like 10 years with multiple teams. He was with Colorado, the university, also with Alabama and Auburn, as well as like a secondaries coach. So he's been around at especially a lot of good places too. So maybe it's a good addition. He's not a main coach, but an analyst all the same. So maybe he will move up to a coach. Never know, but should be interesting to see what he can do. Then when it comes to a couple more pretty important USC visits, they recently mentioned, for actually the first time, for some reason they haven't mentioned this really talented Southern California cornerback from Modern Day, which is one of the better schools out here in SoCal. But he's a 4-star cornerback, Zabian Brown, who recently said that he's been to USC with a lot of unofficials and stuff. Didn't make it recently, but he said he will set up an official visit sometime in April, I believe. So that'll be nice. He says he has a really good relationship with the defensive coach, Dante Williams. Yes, I almost said Dante Brown, but yes, Dante Williams. So that's at least a positive thing for USC at the moment. So we will see. Another talented 4-star linebacker in Kingston, Vili Amu Asa. Hope I'm saying that last name correct. But yes, he looks like a very talented Polynesian player, which obviously runs really well through the USC football veins. So get a talented guy like this. He seems to be one of the better linebackers out there too in the 2024 class. So looking to see if he will commit to USC. And then also the 4-star linebacker from Texas, Ty Anthony Smith. I believe you mentioned him, that he did take an official visit sometime recently, and I guess he's going to plan another visit pretty soon as well. So maybe, once these guys start setting up visits and unofficial and official visits to the same school over and over multiple times, and they're not even in the same, state, it's looking pretty good for your chances to sign them. So definitely looking forward to his commitment, hopefully. And then, yes, had to mention this real quick. If you didn't catch my live video, I don't think many people did last night when USC was losing. I think that one only has like 3 views. But yeah, around that time when I did it, there was about maybe 3 to 4 minutes left, but they were still down by like 9 or 10 points. They were always still down by that, no matter how hard they tried to get back into the game, sadly. But yeah, ASU just was hot from 3. USC wasn't, and they kept making a lot of turnovers as well. So you're not going to win there. And then plus Drew Peterson, even though Enfield was playing him, for some reason he had like a back strain and was still playing and wasn't 100%, didn't get like, really good lift or looked healthy enough and wasn't making as many plays. And I just think you have to trust some of the other guys who've been on your roster, whether it's the younger guys, young dudes, or even Malik Thomas, who was in and out of the game as well. He's a little bit older guy, so maybe should have trusted him a bit. He's like an Energizer bunny. But they did lose. It was like a 9-10 point game, but then all of a sudden they started making threes. They hit like 3 threes within the last minute. Ended up losing like 77-72, something like that. But yeah, it was kind of weird because I kind of just assumed they were in the tournament when it comes to March Madness. And I think they kind of assumed that too. That's why they kind of came out flat either way, because ASU needed the win more than USC. But now with that, I think USC might be more considered on the bubble than maybe not. I don't know. It does suck to hear, but I guess we'll find out officially on Sunday when they do make the selections for the big tournament. I know they most likely will get the short end of the stick and have to play one of the early games. So basically have to play like 6 games in order to win the title. But I think one team has done that. I don't know if they won the title, but I think they did make it all the way to the championship one time. But it is a lot of freaking games. So we'll see. Hoping for the best on Sunday. And when it comes to the Chargers, yes, they recently restructured their 2 top wide receivers contracts in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. So that was able to free up about $14 million in cap space, which is nice. It's pretty good, but they still need to reach around $20 million when, I forget when the official date, it's like middle of March, something like that, or whenever free agency starts the new calendar year, as they say in the NFL. So hoping they will be able to do that. I know they could probably let go of a lineman, Matt Filer, and save about $6 to $8 million. So that could get you there, and you only have to mess with 3 contracts, or you could still move some other stuff around in order to be able to have more money during free agency also. So we'll see. But, you know, coupon Tom Telesco, he always tries to get deals instead of, you know, going for broke, as they say. So we'll see. But then when it comes to Jared Vanderbilt, yes, one of the shining stars for the Lakers who was recently traded there. Apparently since his trade to LA, the Lakers have had the #1 defense in the NBA since then. So that's obviously a big upgrade to have a guy like that. I've always liked him. Past couple years, even at Kentucky, he wasn't really that great. He was a little bit like a smaller version of himself, not height-wise, but just productivity and all that stuff. But yes, definitely very glad and excited he's on the Lakers roster as of right now. But yes, it is some nice positive things going into tonight. I'll get into that in a bit. And yeah, speaking of Duke, they played yesterday around the afternoon, or around noon, I think, yeah, around here. And they were able to beat Pitt pretty easily. Like, it's like 96 to 69. It was pretty much a 30-point game for quite a bit in the second half. And people thought Pitt might have came back because it was still like within a little bit over 10 points at halftime, around there. But sadly, Pitt wasn't able to, and luckily for Duke, they were able to get the victory. But sadly, they do have to play the #1 team in the ACC tournament in Miami tonight, or today. So I think that's around 4 o'clock. So hopefully they're able to get the victory. They don't need it technically when it comes to like USC, like they're on a bubble. So I think they could still be like a 4 or 5 seed, something like that, as long as they, you know, other teams don't do better than them that are behind them. But either way, it'd be nice to get a victory against Miami just because of the way they demolished Duke the last time they played. And Duke is looking pretty good so far. A lot of people are starting to talk about them and giving me, you know, false hopes and thinking about championships here. But yes, it is painful and stressful to watch when you're a true fan, but we'll see. So good luck to them tonight. And then yes, as I mentioned, the Lakers playing Toronto tonight. I believe, yes, they did get official news that D'Angelo Russell, another guy they traded for, is coming back from his injury that he had recently. So nice to have some more reinforcements for the Lakers, and Anthony Davis, who, yeah, he's been balling, but he definitely needs some help as well when it comes to the offensive side. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll be good. I know Toronto is pretty upset because they had a controversial loss to the Clippers the other day. I think they had problems with the refs and stuff. So yeah, they might be upset. I know they need the win too, but like I said, Lakers are still in that 9th spot, holding steady as of this second, and a couple more wins. Like I said, they should be rocketing up those standings, so that's all you could hope for. So we'll see. So yes, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Yes, I forgot to mention that I did go see that newer sci-fi dinosaur prehistoric movie called 65, which basically, you know, the actor Adam Driver, who's from like Star Wars fame and all that stuff, but his character, he's doing like a mission, space mission to transport some people in cryosleep. He lands on a planet because his ship was hit by a meteor or something like that, or a meteor debris, and he finds out that it was Earth, but 65 million years ago. And of course, obviously we know it's prehistoric time around then, so he has to deal with the dinosaurs as well. And then there ends up being one survivor, also a little girl, so he has to protect her as well, and they both have to try to get out of there, because then they start slowly realizing that within the next week or so, or the couple days that they're on Earth at that time, that the meteor that did kill all the dinosaurs is actually hurling towards Earth as well. So it adds a little bit more suspense to it, and it's a bit at times more of a horror film too, because there's a lot of good jump scares. You're looking at something and then all of a sudden something comes out of nowhere. So pretty nice couple of jump scares there. I know my girlfriend was not happy that I took her to the movies to go see it, so I guess I owe her a chick flick or whatever dumb show or TV thing she wants to watch. So I guess that'll be my payback. Like I said, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.